Fluorescent lights shine brightly upon the white walls of the basement hallway. Soft chatter drifts through the cracks and doorways to nearby rooms. Assembly workers are going about their assigned tasks. The hard bottoms of Sasha's ivory clogs clop against the tile floors, walking briskly through the corridor. At the far end lies a lone door, and if it were not for the copper-colored knobs, the door would camouflage perfectly with the surrounding whiteness of the assembly's lowest floor. A sign hangs to the left stating, President's Entry Only. And this is why I propose this course. Sergei emerges from the final door to the right, with 3 other men in tow, amidst conversation until locking eyes with Sasha. Smiling politely, she walks on by, catching in the corner of her eye the man's ever-present scowl and glare. Glancing behind, she watches them disappear into the stairwell. Turning the door's copper knobs, she encloses herself in the private laboratory. A wide-open room, empty, but housing an aura so full of life. No outside sound penetrates its walls, and air breathed only by her, only silence stirs. All the measuring flasks, tools, and other laboratory equipment have long since been transferred to other rooms. But she left the steel surgical table as a reminder of what she is doing all this for. Otherwise, all that exists in this empty room is the abyssal roots pedestal and the computer attached to it. Less physical clutter allows for clearer mental fortitude, further proof of the body's role in creativity as a receptacle and conduit for the powers within. Sasha wanted this room to mirror that, as is fitting considering his purpose. Pressing the computer powers button, she awaits the login screen to load, her mind wandering, the prior night in bed with Seth spurs into memory, engaged with each other's bodies so intensely that the entire bedroom and everything and everyone outside the two of them became, as they always do in that moment between lovers, obscured by the haze of hormones guiding their every desire. Sasha smiles, much like creativity blossoming in solitude, and with a mind less cluttered, emptying their minds of everything besides each other has only reinforced their love and companionship. In a way, this room is much like our bedroom then, for sex, too, has been linked to greater creativity. Placing her left eye to a retinal scanner, its infrared light searches for something unique to Sasha. Specks of teal light that have come to mingle with her natural copper eyes after receiving the magic of creation. A change that has grown more pronounced with each year. The computer logs in, and the pedestal emits a soft glow. Placing her hand atop it, the grooves lining the top to bottom burst with abyssal white light, and her hand is pulled inward toward the pedestal, a black hole sucking in all matter. Her neck yanks backward, eyes wide, glowing with teal energy, and her head thrusts forward, yanking a vast whiteness back with it. Catching her breath, waiting for the whiplash to settle, she says, "Oh, this power. Just what should I do with you?" As her vision steadies, she finds a white humanoid form standing an inch from her face. A mouth, but with no eyes above. "Yes, what will you do?" "Are you trying to scare me?" she asks. "You know what we've faced. So quit trying to be intimidating. It won't work on me." The abyssal consciousness cocks its head, frowning. "What will you choose?" Glaring at the strange being, her face scrunches between her eyes and the top of her nose. She bites her lower lip, scowling with tired eyes. I don't like not knowing what to expect, and this characteristic void of a creature is impossible to read. I don't know. As Seth and I have told you countless times now, we only seek to protect humanity. The White Abyss will be used for that end, but... Her head grows dizzy. She clutches her forehead in her left palm, squeezing the temples. Caught parental fatigue or whatever. But I'm coming up short on specifics. She lifts her head, staring at the abyssal consciousness's strange white form, the bizarre black static holding its body together. "What would you recommend?" "Be curious," it says. "Be creative. Live with wanderlust in your soul. Acquire endless knowledge for knowledge's sake. Embark on adventures. Search for horizons unknown. This is, after all, what your progenitor wanted. This is how humans become as gods." Sighing, she turns her back on the abyssal consciousness, only to sigh heavier as she turns around again, realizing the human gesture is pointless here. There is no turning one's back on the White Abyss, nor will she ever choose to. As I said, I was struggling with the specifics, so thank you for the usual vagaries, I suppose. See you tomorrow. Closing her eyes, she begins the process of pulling her soul back to Earth. She can feel it on the other side, her hand lifting from the pedestal. "You will come to no fear. spawn of Zarathustra, for they are coming, and they are many. Her hand pulls away, staring as if she placed it within scalding hot oil. Eyes wide and wet, her chest heaves. That final moment within the abyss, that sheer pressure.